Vlado, it's a pleasure to have you at our show. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I would like to start with your decision of putting basketball into the center of your life. What's your story?
Well, I started when I was 10 in my elementary school in some small private club. But even before that, because my father was playing basketball just for himself, sometimes with the friends, he was bringing me all the time. I was waiting for them to have some break. I was going on the court to shoot some balls. So since then, I started loving basketball. And when I found out that some, if I can say, it was really small private team in my elementary school. When I found out that they start, I went over there. My parents bring me, and that's how I start. Now I'm gonna have in few days 32, so 16 years also as a pro. From 16 years, it's a long career.
What kind of differences you see in yourself from the point you started playing basketball and the point you stand right now?
Okay, everybody knows that Yugoslavia, old Yugoslavia, even now Serbia is a basketball country, and especially when I was younger, around that age, when I was 10, Yugoslavia was very popular. We was winning a lot of medals all over the world and European also competitions, and that's how, of course, become big love for basketball. Now, okay, I see myself after 16 years as a pro player that really I become a player and I give something, if I can say, to the basketball, and of course basketball gave me a lot.
And thinking about your 16 years long professional career, did you ever think that you want to quit basketball?
Yes, a lot of times, but it happened before I become a pro. Because, okay, when I was younger, a lot of things was coming on my mind, or especially when you're teenage. And thanks to my parents, I didn't quit. I remember really one specific moment. I don't remember how old I was that time, but after one practice I was so mad because I had a lot of players around me. I don't want to say the word how I call them that time, but I was so mad because they don't understand basketball, they don't fight. And I was so mad after that practice. I said to my mom, I remember, because she was driving me, it was late, I said, I'm quitting, I cannot stand this anymore. She said, you're really stupid if you want to quit because of one guy. So I remember it was a lot of times like that when I was younger. But I said I was teenage, and probably I didn't think with my head like clearly.
So we can say that your family always supported you?
Yes. Yes, really, when I was younger, my parents really didn't pass even one game. Practices sometimes, but even every practice they draw me, they wait for me to finish. And of course, now lately when I'm separate, when I'm married and living with my wife and kids, they're the biggest support to me.
What makes you feel the most uncomfortable during a game on the court?
Well, there is a lot of moments, but for sure, if we as a team play very bad and I don't feel useful on the court, then really it happened too many times that really is nothing going well on the court and you feel uncomfortable. You think that you are embarrassing yourself, club, jersey, to the fans and everything. So really, that was, I think, there is not the specific moment that now I can tell you one game, but that's generally as a momentum when everything is basically falling down on the court. You cannot score the basket in defense, you play terrible, and the opponent is making 2 big point differences, so really you feel shame on the court.
Now we have a small part of our show that we give you some half sentences and we would like you to complete them.
Okay.
Alley-oop bölümüyle devam ediyoruz. Yarım cümlelerimiz var. Bakalım Vladimir Micov onları nasıl tamamladı? If I could change one thing, it would be?
It would be probably my decision when I was younger. I make, from now, this standard point, I think I make wrong choice signing for some teams when I was between 17 and 20.
The most amazing moment I have ever witnessed?
For sure when I become a father for the first time and then second time.
I have a dream.
That I can dunk on the games of my teammates so I can make happy my teammates.
I have never.
Fly to the Mars.
The funniest person I have ever met.
Goxin in Coxal.
If I had a magical power.
I will use to heal my injuries.
This is your third year with Galatasaray jersey in Istanbul. How did you decide to come to Turkey in first place?
Before I signed for Galatasaray, I was in Moscow in CSKA. That was two very cold years for me. After that, I had few offers, including Galatasaray. But when I received a call from Ergin Ataman, he explained me, of course, what he expects from me and what he wants from me. And after a few days of talking, we find the common language, and I signed for Galatasaray. Plus, I wanted to change Russia because it was really cold over there. And I never played.
Be the only reason.
Yes, and I never played before, of course, in Turkey. I mean, I was coming in Istanbul to play some games, but I was never playing in Turkey, so it was a new adventure for me anyway. And I'm already third year here, so I don't regret. I really feel here very relaxed, and if I can say also, maybe second home, because we have a lot of common things with the Turkish people and Turkey as a country.
Ergin Ataman is a very famous coach in Europe. Did you know anything about him before?
No, of course I knew it because also he coached some players that I know personally, and that time also he coached Zoran Erce, for example, that he was with me first year in CSKA in Moscow. So I had, let's say, fresh news about him.
And you mentioned it, but I'm gonna ask again. Do you have a special bond with Istanbul?
I mean, I like the city. This is my third year here. That's again showing something, and plus it's very close to my home. I have 3 flights to home, so even if I have one day off, I had to do something really important, I can fly and do.
I asked this question because I know that you have a tattoo with an image of our Galata Tower.
I'm a fan of tattoos, of course, and all my tattoos have a meaning, but about this, last year I decided to draw my career, the all cities where I played in my professional career. So, of course, I have Galata Tower, but also I have a Bosphorus Bridge. As a Istanbul and Galata Tower, mostly I put because of playing in Galatasaray and winning Euro Cup last year.
What do you do in your spare time in the city, which I can guess that you don't have many?
Well, I'm a family guy, so I like to free time to spend with my family. I have 2 kids, also have a dog, so I have to walk a lot. And every free time I'm trying to spend with them, of course. Generally in Istanbul it's very nice weather, so I'm trying to go out of the house if it's possible next to the seaside. I like Florida a lot because my son is going in the kindergarten over there, so that's why also we are spending Ješekoj, Florida, or if not we go to center, but mostly Florida.
How do you consider yourself as a father of 2 and as a husband?
Great.
Only word.
Great.
Then you had to make decisions about your career. Where did your family stand?
Well, as I said, when I was really younger and living with my parents, all the time was my parents, but especially when we are young, there is not the border, let's say, till 20 years, we are clearly thinking with our head. But all life, of course, parents are parents and they're always behind you, supporting, because you're their kid. But in the one point of the life, you get married, you find a wife, kids, and they become the biggest support in your life. Also, I went out of the house, out of my home when I was 20. I moved to Montenegro. And that was the first time that generally I separate from them, and I start living by myself, thinking with my head clearly for all, let's say, important decisions in my life. So, if I can say till one moment is the family, I mean family is the parents. From other moment, let's say if we get married, from that point, wife and in the future kids become the biggest support to you.
And I know that you're really close friends with Sinan Güler. Did you ever think that you're gonna be like brothers with a Turkish teammate of yours?
Yes and no. I mean, okay, we are really best friends. He's my best friend. We are roommates. But it's not that I was thinking when I was signing in Turkey that I'm gonna meet Turkish guy and we're gonna become
because the cultures are similar, you know?
Yes, also that's it, but it's not that I'm preparing myself, okay, now I'm gonna meet the best friend for my life, because of course all of us have some best friends from the past, from the school, high school or childhood. But really we become very close friends, and even our wives, okay, his future wife, really good friends, and it's really nice to have at least one guy, of course, that in the country that you are playing, that really can help you a lot, no matter what.
And what kind of relations do you have with social media? Do you use it often?
No? I'm against. I mean, it's not that I'm against. I'm not a fan of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't have nothing.
You don't have nothing?
No.
And your wife? Maybe she checks out.
No, she have only Instagram, but...
You're not interested at all?
No. Okay, well, I'm probably the caveman about that, because really I'm not a fan of social media at all.
Now we have a little part of our show that we picked some tweets about you and we would like you to read them.
Okay.
Serbest atış bölümümüzde Twitter'ın derinliklerinden çıkardığımız Vladimir Micov'la ilgili tweetleri onunla beraber okuyoruz.
Mico is more effective than Messi at the away games. First of all, thank you. Well, I think, and that's my personal opinion, of course, that it's not easy to play away games because, of course, you don't play at home. You don't feel a lot of players don't feel comfortable as playing at home, and I think also that's very good thing about some players that can play really great games away and show their character. Now I want to go to the line just like Micov and make 2 for 2 in the critical moments of my life. Thanks again. That's also, we wanna, I mean, as we are saying, you need beep for that to score the very important shots or even free throw shots in the clutch moments. I guess Micov was born as a pure IQ, then his body was shaped. Thank you very much. I mean, I don't know what to comment on this. Really, thank you very much. All of Media Day photos have not been shared yet. Has Micov ever opened his mouth this much before? There's a thing on the, I think, again, that's my personal answer, but we don't like too much Media Day because we spend all day in the gym for the photos and answering some questions, but every time I had the same problem, everybody asked me, make the anger face, and I always start laughing because also I don't show emotions a lot, so I don't know how to make anger face. 3 differences between an ordinary lettuce and Vlado Micov. I don't think they are. Both are curly, both can shoot. I was always saying it's not only about me, but every player is unique, so also I think in the one way of how I play basketball, it's unique, so I cannot compare with nothing and with nobody. Vlado Micov has such a cold physical appearance, may stop global warming alone. Everybody is telling me also that I have a stone heart, so that's maybe the reason.
Last year you won the Euro Cup trophy with Galatasaray. How can you remember those moments?
Well, first of all, incredible feeling, of course, on the court. Because the year before we had a lot of problems as a team generally and Galatasaray as a club. And through all year we find a way to win the Euro Cup and to bring back the EuroLeague in Abdi Bekci Arena again. It was an incredible moment, of course, for me and for all of us as a players, but also incredible thing because that was the biggest result in the club history of Turkey. Because only before that, Fenerbahce qualified for the EuroLeague Final Four, and in the past, I think '96, FS won the Radivoj Korać Cup.
And this year you're playing EuroLeague, and EuroLeague's format has changed, and you are the first players that experienced it. How did the season
Well, at the beginning, yes. Well, at the beginning, when they give the 11 license plus the other 5 spots, it was a little bit, if I can say, scary for a lot of players and teams, because they thought probably after, I don't know, half of the season, some teams will go up high and a lot of teams will go down. But at the end, if you look, because also they announced, for example, the budgets, they were thinking, okay, there is some teams with a low budget who will really stay down. But for example, if you look, Red Star from Serbia, really that was the biggest surprise with the lowest budget in the EuroLeague. Unfortunately, for example, for us, we started the season very bad because also we cut some players, we lost some players, and in the second part of the season we won almost 50% of games. But generally also there was a lot of positive and also some negative things. Positive things, for example, comparing to the seasons before, if you lose one game, almost that's it. But now you have 30 games, so even if you lose some games, you have time to make a breakup on the road, for example, and to make surprise to change for that. But negative maybe things, if I can say negative, a lot of games, including domestic leagues. You need deep roster, deep bench. You are risking too many injuries, also too many travelings. This year we have too many times 2 games per week. So if you're playing away, you come back or same day or tomorrow and you play the day after game. So it's really hard for us and for our bodies. By the end, there is some official statements from the EuroLeague also. It was a lot of fans, a lot of important games, and also there is one thing that, for example, in the past, for example, if you don't make the top 16, you play in the group only against some teams. Maybe you don't have chance to play against big teams. For example, there is no chance for you to play against CSKA Moscow, Real Madrid, or to see some good players in your gym. And now you had chance to play against all of them. For example, even Istanbul had this year 4 teams. So, for example, it was incredible to see one, let's say, the biggest talent, I think right now, Luka Doncic from Real Madrid, coming 4 times in Istanbul, playing games. So that's something incredible, especially for the fans.
And how can you comment on Galatasaray's season at Turkish League right now?
I think it's not too bad. It's not, of course, perfect, far from that. But also this year we play EuroLeague, we play a lot of games, as I said, and it's exhausting also. Unfortunately, at the beginning of the season, we make some mistakes with the players. We cut, we stay without 2 point guards, which is, for me, the most important position in basketball. We send both of them after 2-3 months home, and then somehow in that period, while we are trying to find a new one, we manage, we find the rhythm, we won some games, of course we lost a lot of games. And that affected at the end on the standings, including EuroLeague, because a lot of people and Club 2 was expecting something big from Galatasaray. But, okay, we didn't succeed to do that. Turkish League, we are right now 6th, which is, I think, good position at the end, how we play and, as I said, how we start the season. Now we finish with the EuroLeague, so we can play we are playing once in the week, so we have more time to relax, to prepare the game. That was something that was missing all season, to rest and to prepare more for some games. So there is, I think, 5 more games more, and then plus playoffs. So we are focused now on the Turkish League. We have, of course, our chances and our goal. Other 3 teams who are above us in the Turkish League, they are playing EuroLeague, so also they're going to be exhausted. We can use that as an advantage maybe in the near future.
And I have a general question on my mind. Where do you think Turkish basketball stands in European basketball?
I was saying even last year, for me it's the first right now in the Europe, no matter what. Everybody is saying, I mean a lot of people are saying Spanish league still. But for example, if you look this season, Turkey had 4 teams. Spain had 3. Okay, for next year, for sure, they're going to have 4 because Spanish team won the Euro Cup. They are saying about the 5th spot. That's not for sure yet, but for sure it's first 2 spots for me. I mean, I said 1, but okay, Spain and Turkey, because generally Turkey is investing a lot of money and energy and everything in basketball. This year also Final Four is in Istanbul. So that means something. Also, as I said, 4 teams in the EuroLeague. Then you have, for example, Darüşşafaka and Doğuş as a main sponsor, and plus Turkish Airlines sponsor of EuroLeague. That means something. So people and people who are, as I say, running the basketball in Turkey, they are really thinking and investing a lot of energy and money in basketball.
And do you think Turkish basketball fans know basketball?
Yes, I mean, okay, before, I think generally football is number one everywhere. That's not a secret, something unknown, but after some time, for example, they know how to act, because it's different, of course, football and basketball. Sure. Football, you can play 90 minutes without goal, and that's it. For the basketball, almost every offense is a basket or some special move. So, and of course, it's less people understand this. But for example, I was always saying, it's not that I'm playing for Galatasaray, but I think really Galatasaray fans are the best fans in Turkey. Because wherever we go out of Istanbul, also we have supporters. And I think they are basketball. They know how to act on the standings.
We have the last part of our show here. We're gonna give you two interesting choices and learn which one you pick from them. Seç birini bölümümüzde Vladimir Micov'a sunduğumuz ilginç seçenekler var. Bakalım o hangilerini seçti? Would you rather score a buzzer in World Cup final with your national team or in EuroLeague final with your team?
With the EuroLeague final with my team.
Would you rather be half your height or double your weight?
Better double of my weight.
Would you rather go back in time and meet your ancestors or go way into the future and meet your great-grandchildren?
Definitely go back to history, the past.
Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
Definitely to be the witness of the drug. I'm gonna heal the people.
Would you rather be completely invisible for one day or be able to fly for one day?
Invisible for one day.
Would you rather to be able to control fire or control water?
Fire.
Would you rather see what was behind every closed door or be able to guess the combination of every safe on the first try?
Let's say combination.
Would you rather know the history of every object you touched or be able to talk to the animals?
To talk with the animals.
Would you rather part was the last part of our show. Did you find the questions a little bit hard?
No, it's okay. I mean, we get used to it. It's about basketball and generally private life, so...
Don't you ever get bored to get questions all the time?
No, because I don't have social media. This happens once in a while.
Vlado, thank you very much for your time. It was a great show with you.
You're welcome. Thank you.